What is up, YouTube and the internet? This is Joe on day 16. Alright, we're going to go through what I got today. Some things I don't have to eat right away, like these potatoes. Those can be stored for a week or two, right? They've got some greening to them, you can see. You know, that greening is the solanine. It's toxic to humans. You don't want to eat it. It's like eating an eggplant raw. All right, we got some bruised local apples. They're probably Chieftain or Liberty. Not quite sure the variety. Doesn't matter. They're delicious. All right, got a bunch of Haikuri white Japanese table turnips. Someone had a CSA, which is an acronym for Community Supported Agriculture, which means that you pay a farmer a lump sum of money in the beginning of the season as an investment. And they take that money and use it to purchase fertilizer, seed, labor, different things. And every week you get a share. That might be, a bunch of turnips, a bunch of kale, strawberries, whatever. It varies week to week. And let's say the farmer has a drought and all their stuff dies. Well, that's what you paid for. You paid for a risk. It's a risky investment. Most of the time, farmers are just fine. But in the case of a crop failure, sometimes other farmers collaborate to include maybe one week you'll get honey from another farm in their box, or you'll get meat from another farm in your box. It is really up to the farmer, and I highly recommend looking at your local CSA programs. All right, got some bruised lemons, got a bruised persimmon. All right, you can see that gash. Someone along the way wasn't careful when they were transporting it. Bruised this precious fruit here. All right, and then some strawberries. We had a lot of strawberries go bye-bye at work today. There was a lot of them that just, when I was picking through them on my break, there was one of them that was just it was like dark purple. It was just so far gone. I had to compost it. All right. Have a yellow onion with a bruise on it. Got a coconut my coworker cut open for me. All right. Normally I cut open myself, but the other day I cut my finger when I was preparing some green onions. Luckily I cut it at an angle and not right into it. So I just kind of sliced the skin open a bit. Had to go to the emergency room today through workers' compensation. All right. They glued my finger together after scrubbing it up. Gave me a DTaP vaccine. Make sure I don't get lockjaw, which prevents, DTaPs like tetanus, pertussis, and diphtheria or whatever. I definitely can feel the toxins in my body. It feels like someone punched me in the arm as hard as they could. My immune system hopefully will fight off these toxins and create an immune response that I don't get this lockjaw or tetanus. Hopefully I'll be able to swim in a pool of rusty nails after all this is said done. Now, listen up, kids. Be careful with knives and don't run with scissors, okay? You could hurt yourself. And I had to call in sick to my other part-time job, which I've shown other videos, which was helping a friend, Jeff, install permaculture projects. All right? Now, I can't do work with a busted hand, so... All right. Got 3 avocados that turn green, and they're bruised. All right? They were bruised before they were ripe, which means I need to eat them tomorrow. Possibly with this tomato from Mexico from Mr. Lucky Farms. Here's some strawberries from the other day. A no-added gluten brownie. Very good. Marked out today. And a little shiitake mushroom. So tiny. So cute. Probably the size of a... you can see here compared to my hand. Very small. I just found that. That was like in the pile of boxes in front of the store. I don't know. Someone must have dropped it, but it's cute. I'll have to put it in something. All right. Got another lemon. Okay. Got some local apples, probably Chieftain or Liberty. Got a black plum with the bruise on it. Yeah, like I said, got the Yukon russets with some greening on it. Don't want to eat that. I want to peel off the skin. And the coconut, I shared the juice with my coworker who cut it open. Devin, shout out to Devin. And I'm going to crack it open and scrape the flesh. Now, if we look on the side here, you can see that there is these little circles. You can see little fungal bloom, slime mold or something. People don't want to put that in their fridge, It was lost it out because we don't want to sell moldy stuff to people. While it was perfectly fine on the inside, it was a little rough on the outside. And that's what ugly fruit is. All right. Stay tuned for future episodes where I cook some squash, eat some persimmons, and who knows how I'm going to process this stuff. A lot of this stuff, potatoes, they can be stored for a while. Don't have to eat them right away. Those are storage crops, just like the onion. Don't have to eat that immediately. But things like the persimmon and the plum and the avocados and the strawberries, got to eat those quick. So that's kind of going to be in my next meal here. And the Haikuri Japanese turnips. The turnips are starting to get a little soft, but pretty firm overall. So I could probably cut the greens off and store them for a bit. If I wanted, I probably should eat the greens immediately before they get too far gone. This looks nice and dark. Tastes like a mild radish, not much of a zing. A little bit of dirt, wash your food off. Don't want to eat sand. Don't want to break your tooth on a rock, which is just sand, is tiny little rocks. All right. Anything else today? All right. In the background, we got those prairie seeds from the last video. Save your seeds. Grow plants that drop seeds. Don't grow cultivars, okay? Grow plants that are local to your area. Because the wildlife, the flora, and the fauna, they're adapted to things that are evolved in the area. So you're going to want to focus on things that support the non-human other in your local area. All right, that concludes this episode. Stay tuned tomorrow to see how it goes. Don't forget to bring a towel.